Hi guys, we love you here. Now, we're getting closer to jury selection. In this case, it's been going on for just about a year. And she was in court on the 19th of August. And jury selection is to begin on the 6th to the 13th of September 2019. Now, the trial begins on the 23rd. Her defense team are trying to move location to a different county because they feel that she may not get a fair trial. But the judge, Tammy Kemp, will make that decision after they get a jury that is impartial. And that is very likely to happen. Both sides have come to an agreement that they will not mention that she got fired from her job because of this incident. Now, they were talking about the 911 call, which got released somehow. By mistake or on purpose, we don't know. So we don't know if the 911 call is going to come into play here, but we'll see on that. So both sides have come to that agreement that they will not mention she got fired. The state brings in evidence. Now, Pete Chaute, if that's how you pronounce his name, finds this out of the norm. So the defense thinks that this is not the norm, and normally they bring in evidence when the trial starts. But they decided to bring in the handgun. Yes, guys, the handgun. Now, she was seen looking up, talking to her lawyers, and saying a few things here and there. But apparently she didn't look up when they brought the gun out. She looked away from that or looked down. And, well, that's okay. She don't need to look if she don't want to. Well, she was filmed coming into the court. She was seen wearing a white cardi with a blue top and a gray skirt. Now, jury selection, like I said, it will take some time, and they have from the 6th until the 13th of September to make their selection. And they have over 4,000 people that they have to interview, ask questions, and hopefully get a jury of 12. But as you heard, or many of you did hear, the 911 call that lasted several minutes. But apparently before she made that 911 call, after shooting him twice, she had called her supervisor. Apparently she called her supervisor and she called 911, and apparently she's saying she rendered first aid. She rendered first aid. Now, I like to know when this happened. I like to know when it happened because during the 911 call, she said, "Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there, bud." Does that sound like first aid to you? First aid is you get 911, you start getting services there, the emergency services, and you start doing CPR. You start doing pressure to keep oxygen flow through the body to the brain. Now, he was not getting any first aid, CPR. He was not getting nothing. He was heard moaning and groaning, and she was on the phone to 911 talking about she's going to lose her job. She's going to get fired. She's going to lose her job. Now, she must have said that 20 times, 19, 20 times. Now, this was all she was concerned about, was losing her job, when she should have been with that guy, Botham, till the end, until the ambulance got there and could take over. But she didn't do that. Nope, no siree. She did not do that. The only way to get a fair and partial jury is to see and select a fair and partial jury. How about that, guys? And after they have seated the jury, the judge, Tammy Kemp, will make her decision whether to move it to a different county. And that's kind of the updates on this case that is coming up in September. So stay tuned for more information. As I've been, I'm sure a lot of you have been following this case. I mean, it's been nearly a year. Just a little recap that this guy, Gene Botham, was in his very own apartment, and she entered his apartment on a different floor to where her apartment was, and shot him 2 times and said he was the intruder to her apartment. That's her story. We don't know how she even got into his apartment in the first place, because there's several stories out there. The door was ajar, things like that. Remember, her apartment was on a different floor. Apparently she had a dog. Gene Botham did not have a dog. His apartment had a carpet outside. His number to his apartment is in big, bold, colorful letters that light up. Her key didn't fit. There's a number of things that was going on before she entered his apartment. So we don't know how she got in. But neighbors heard a lot of banging, and next minute they heard pow pow. So, and then, a little bit later, the ambulance got there and the police, and she was seen and videoed in the hallway, pacing up and down on her phone. Not sure who she was talking to on that phone, but she was. So that's the update, guys, and thank you for stopping by, and please like and share and sub to my channel. I appreciate it. And there's a lot more cases coming to the news, in the news. There's a lot of cases that are unsolved, and missing people in this world. So we like to share the information and get it out there so a lot of you can see, because you never know, the missing may be in your town. They might be living next door to you. We don't know. So guys, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in the comments.